Hey guys, David Patrick Green, davidpatrickgreen.com, hackhollywood.com, actorpower.com. Continuing on the theme of helping teenagers and their parents with their acting careers, today's tip is to get a life. Actually, the tip is how to give your teenager an edge in their acting careers. The answer is get a life. So what I mean by get a life is that most of the people that I'm talking to right now probably have fairly good lives, meaning there's not a lot of problems. There's food on the table, there's a roof overhead, there's clothing, and maybe they even have a car to drive if they're 16, but life is pretty good. There isn't a lot of survival to worry about. So most of their issues are concerned about what's going on in their phone, what's going on with their friends, things like that. But to really be a good actor, you have to be a bit of a student of life. You have to appreciate how other people live so that you can then play these people in a TV show or a movie. So what I really recommend, and this is the ultimate edge giver of all, is to volunteer your services. And sometimes if you're a teenager, depending on what age you are, 14 to 16, you probably actually have to volunteer maybe with a parent. But there are countless volunteering opportunities. I have volunteered with the homeless myself. I have volunteered with a couple of different organizations like missions, things that I didn't necessarily even have an affiliation with. I just went because I knew they helped other people. So I've done everything from data entry to answering phones to going at 6 in the morning to a homeless shelter and giving out coffee to drug addicts coming in off the streets after a night of using intravenous drugs or whatever. And I got to tell you, seeing these people and seeing how other people live really benefits you as a human being. You really appreciate the position you're in, but then you can also apply this kind of stuff. You can see a little bit into their lives, and it just changes you by seeing it, by knowing it. I've also traveled to 40 different countries. I've lived and worked in multiple countries, and all of these things have shaped who I am. So this one's a little more for the parents right now, is you guys have to back off your kids. And I know that in many cases they are your best friends, and I understand that. And that's it's funny, it's an old traditional model of family, but unfortunately it constrains their personal growth. Because if they don't see anything outside of their own family and their own little world, it's very hard for them to understand how people in other cultures, in other situations live. And they also don't have an appreciation for what they have, and that will help them with the whole work ethic and discipline of having an acting career, where you may not see results for a little while and you may have to work really hard at becoming an actor. You may not be a natural. And so exposing people to different aspects of life and encouraging them to work part-time or to volunteer and see how other people live, and ideally away from their families, that will help them tremendously. So I know a lot of you, the parents, are really trying hard to raise your kids the best way you can. But if you want a well-rounded, mature, understanding, empathetic, sympathetic person, you've got to let them run free a little bit. And so I would encourage you, don't force them to do anything. Don't tell them they have to do anything, but maybe get them to watch a video like this and say, wow, if you volunteer, it'll really help you as a person. And if you really want to be an actor, it'll really help you as an actor as well. Because, the average kid who hasn't done much and never will do much would have a very tough time portraying other people's ways of life. They just don't get it. They wouldn't have any concept of how people live in another town, in another country, or what have you. They just can't relate. So personally, I think this is ideal advice for anybody, whether their kids are going to be actors or not. But volunteering and working and, you know, not having everything done for them is incredibly valuable. I think we think that by doing things for people that we love, it's a sign of love, but actually it's kind of almost the opposite. It's constraining their growth. It's stunting their growth. And I think you'll notice when you hear people talk about people that are 18 or 20, sometimes people are still saying they're children. It's like, no, they're not children, they're adults. But if you think they're children at 18 and 20, that's because you haven't allowed them to grow up. They need independence. They have to make mistakes. They've got to fall down, and you know that deep down inside. And kids, if you're, you know, constantly surrounded by your parents, you got to tell them, look, I'm okay. You can trust me, but I've got to do some things to expand my horizons. I want to be an actor. I want to be able to play someone from another country. I want to be able to play someone who came from nothing. Maybe I want to play someone who is mentally ill or who has cancer. So going out and volunteering and seeing how other people live will help you so much in your acting career. It'll help you so much appreciate what you've got, including your awesome family. So I just really recommend that you do that kind of thing, because it will give you a huge edge over people that continue to just, you know, stay close to home. They're stuck to their devices, and trust me, I'm stuck to my device, but I guess I was lucky enough to, if you wanted to not be bored, you had to go do something. You had to go check out a construction site and get yourself into trouble. Whoops. I think the statute of limitations has run out on all the things I've done, hopefully. Might have set a few fires in my day. No forest fires. You know, might have crawled into a few subway tunnels that were under construction. But amazing times. I don't know if it really changed me that much, but you know, it taught me to believe that I could do things on my own. I was under the impression, I was led to believe and understand that I could do things on my own from a very young age. And so I really implore people to let their kids do things. Every activity doesn't have to be organized. You know, drop your kids off. They'll be okay. There isn't the danger that maybe you think. It's just the media, because they're trying to make money, runs with these stories and they ram them down our throats to tell us how dangerous it is out there. I'm not really sure it's any more dangerous now than it was 30, 40 years ago. It just seems that way because we talk about it. So if you want an edge in your acting career, get out there, put your devices down, volunteer, work, see how other people live, and trust me, it will pay off in every aspect of your life, including acting, but way beyond that as well. It's just going to make you a much more well-rounded person, and you can share your experiences with your friends and others. And trust me, I know we often want to do these things with our friends. Don't take your friends along. Don't go volunteer with your friends. Go alone and where you don't know anyone, because it forces you to interact with people that you don't know. Whereas if you're with your friends, you're just going to hang out with your friends. Make new friends, meet new people, expand your horizons. They'll tell you about their experiences. Like the things that I heard when I was volunteering in the shelter where they were coming in off the street was incredible. Like most of the guys that were working there beside me were former drug addicts, trying to help other guys get off it, and giving them, you know, some encouragement. So to see what they had made of themselves was unbelievable, right? And it made me realize I have it really good, but also we're all, you know, like this close to falling down the trap door, you know, and that really doesn't matter how much money you have, you can still get into trouble of a wide variety of sorts. So anyway, guys, that's it for now. Get out there and you live your lives, expand your horizons, expand your mind, and enjoy the fact that there are so many diverse types of people and cultures and opportunities you can to help others. Because the one thing about helping others is it is the actual secret to success. If you just help other people who are already doing what you want to be doing, you will become successful at what you want to be doing. So helping in the volunteer situation is going to teach you to help out in the work situation. And you can show people how great you are, how you can contribute. And just get in there and contribute at a low level to begin with, and then just keep contributing at a higher and higher and higher level. The higher level that you contribute at, the more they will value you, which means they will pay you more, and they will also try to keep you around more, and your mind will become expanded. You will grow as a person, and your bank account will grow as well. So that is one of the benefits. If you do great work at a high level in a field you're interested in, it pays you back. Okay, guys, that's it for now. I will talk to you soon. And please like, share. That's the universal symbol for sharing. And subscribe to my channel so you can get more of these awesome videos. I will talk to you soon.